Hello and welcome to the next in our series of Rockend Rockstars. This week in the show, we're talking to Elaine Stack. Elaine, welcome to the show. Great to be talking to you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Now, tell me a little bit about Elaine Stack Real Estate.
Well, Elaine Stack Real Estate, I started about 2 years ago. I've been in real estate for many, many years, probably 17 years, and I decided I wanted to start my own business. And I was very firm on the ideas of how I wanted to run that business. And so, first and foremost, I want to be paperless office. So, I've worked very hard over the past 12 months, especially, to bring it to a completely paperless office, which I've done.
Would you say that you're 100% paperless?
I'm 100% paperless.
Well done. That is fantastic. Well, you'd love Property Tree because that certainly drives you in that direction, doesn't it?
Property Tree was the start. So I implemented Property Tree in my last role as a property manager, and it was very different. And a lot of people were afraid of Property Tree when it came out first, but I was super excited. So that started my journey, and then I've come across some fantastic products since then, along with the Property Tree.
Are you totally devoted to property management or do you do sales as well?
Look, I've touched on sales really for clients, just to complete the story for them. So managing their property, renovating their property, putting quality tenants in there. But circumstances change and sometimes clients need to sell, and they want me to complete that for them. So I do sales for clients, but it's not something I actively look for. Property management is my focus.
Yeah, we've seen that, haven't we, develop over the years, the last decade or so, specialist property management businesses. And I think it's a recognition of the skill set that's needed, to be a really good property manager, to manage properties, totally separate from the sales skill set.
Yes, most definitely. I'm very passionate about property, and I'm also a renovator. So I basically brought those two skills together, and that's really the service that I offer to my clients. So
Mm.
I take that ugly duckling, and bring it up to scratch. I do a lot of renovations. I've probably one or two on a go at all times, and then I'll market them within a time frame, within a good budget, and then put it back on the market and achieve great rents.
Can we just talk about your business for a moment in terms of what you've implemented, say, in the last year or so that's actually lifted your revenue and your profitability?
When I commenced the business, I started growing quite quickly, but I did take on a small portfolio. So that took the business from 20 managements up to 60 managements quite quickly. And then now I'm up around the 70 mark. The business in itself, the main things that I focus on is my clients. So I'm a boutique business. I do take on a lot more than the basic property management business. So I literally take away every single worry and manage that property from, as I said, A to Z, and do all the renovations in between as well. So my focus really is on the service.
Okay, given that's the case, can you give us a bit of an idea about your fee structure?
Yes, as I mentioned, boutique. So they deal with me. I do all the leasing for the properties as well, ensure that I get quality tenants. And that's a huge thing for me as a business owner. It's something that I wanted to offer. And so clients are really recognizing that and appreciating it. My management fees are 8%. My clientele are usually looking for that. A service-based business. They're looking for somebody that's really going to look after their investment. A lot of my new clients are people that are renting out their homes and moving on elsewhere for various reasons. So they're not looking at fees to begin with. They're looking at the person that's going to be managing and looking after their property.
Mm. You mentioned that you moved from sales into property management, then running your own business. Tell me about the struggles or challenges you had with that transition.
I think really it's overcoming the fear. So I wasn't very fearful, but at some points I'd pull back and say, what am I doing? Really, I can go out, I can manage large portfolios, I can make a difference within offices. But I really wanted to change things, and I really wanted to focus on the renovation side of things. The biggest challenge, I think, is the business side of it, because that's not something that you do every day. I did have a smaller business a few years ago, which I think was very much my training to start this business, and it was, that was a difficult part. I think having good support is probably important, and especially when you're a sole trader. I do have a fantastic accounts team that help me, and they deal with my trust accounting, and I do have a VA that's very, very useful.
So what are your plans for the next 12 months? What are you planning on growing within your business?
Again, as I mentioned, Kevin, I think it's just really focusing on that service and my clients being my referral business, and getting my name out there further. I think my business is going in the direction of the renovations. I'm getting more of that business. And obviously their managements, then that has come back into the portfolio. So that's where my focus is going to be for the next 12 months.
I'm just keen to know about how much of a role technology plays in your business. How important is it to you?
It's a huge, huge part of it. I'm very much that mobile agent. I do work from an office space as well. I work from home. I work from the sports field while I'm watching my kids play soccer. I can achieve quite a bit because of the software that I've implemented. As I said, being 100% paperless, it means that I'm getting condition reports out really quickly to my tenants. Online reference checking, that's really important. My checklists I put through Trello to keep me on track. And then the taking over a portfolio, a large part of taking over a portfolio is changing the mindset of the clients that you've taken over. 100% of those clients agreed straight away to be a part of the paperless office. And this is huge range in generation, and they recognize that was the way forward, and receive all their statements by email, and also all their correspondence. But I've never given up my phone use. I use my phone 24/7, and I make a lot of calls. I keep in touch with my clients. I don't rely heavily on email, but I rely heavily on the software to make sure that everything is completed within a short time frame, and makes me very efficient.
Well, you probably answered my question there. My next question was about the most valuable piece of tech you couldn't be without, and I would guess it's probably your iPhone. Is that correct?
Yes, probably the iPhone. I can do everything on the iPhone and log into all my different softwares. Also, the camera comes in very useful when you're trying to get your point across with any extra maintenance. I do Skype calls with clients as well when I'm doing renovations, and I do Skype calls with tenants if they can't be there for an outgoing inspection. So yes, the iPhone, and obviously the trust accounting property tree.
Just before we leave, what tips would you have for any aspiring young property managers wanting to grow in this business? What would be your tips for them?
I think never forget your customer service. Never forget that that's another human being at the other end of the line, whether it's a client or a prospective tenant. When I talk about having very happy clients, and at this present moment, I'd sit here and say, I don't have anybody that's unhappy within my portfolio. That's hard to believe, but it's something that I really worked hard with. My tenants are very happy as well. So just remember that that's another human being at the other end of the phone with stressful, might be a stressful day for them. And also manage your stress.
Elaine, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you squeezing us into your very busy day. All the success in the world to you. Thank you for being part of our series for Rockend, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Lovely. Thank you, Kevin. Take care.